stand in front of them so I can like talk to you so it looks like I'm talking to them. That's all you gotta do. Not go face it.
Hello, my name is Lindsay Rodriguez, and I will be telling you why vaccines are not a personal choice. Vaccines have been a hot topic through politics and social media outlets, articles, and other media outlets such as Fox News, CNN. Everybody's talking about vaccines these days and why it's important or why it should be a personal choice. But when you think about vaccines being a personal family choice, it's not, because it doesn't just affect you and your family. There's a lot of pseudoscience articles out there saying it links vaccines to autism and other development disorders, but there's no actual research behind it that shows any proof of that. There's a lot of confusion, misguided anger, and not a whole lot of direction and not a whole lot of reliable sources except for the CDC and the World Health Organization that says this is safe. But to put in perspective of why it's not a personal choice, I'm going to go through some of the risks of vaccines, why not getting vaccines are a risk, and why getting them is a benefit. So one of the risks is you risk everybody who is immunocompromised to getting a virus. You risk children who are not old enough to get vaccines. You risk people who are immunocompromised, such as autoimmune diseases, cancer. You also risk the elderly or the sick who cannot fight these viruses off, even though they are vaccinated, because you still have to have some of your immune system to help fight these viruses. Also a risk, you put your children at risk themselves for not vaccinating. Diseases such as polio is a horrible disease. It deteriorates all muscles, so not only do they lose mobility, imagine not being able to breathe because your muscles can't help you breathe in. This is a very serious disease that is completely preventable through vaccinations. You also risk the financial stability of our economy. When you think about the financial cost of these preventable diseases and the toll it takes of the government having to pay for the treatment of these diseases. But there are plenty of benefits for vaccines. Number one, you strengthen the herd immunity, which a lot of people who are immunocompromised rely on. They rely on your immunity, they rely on your children's immunity to these vaccines to keep them safe. Young children who are over the age of 1 rely on these because they're too young to get vaccines. Also, being a mother who is vaccinated, you're protecting your children up to a year old with your own immunity, helping them be immune to these viruses. Also a benefit is preventative care for our financial situation. Preventative care has been proven time and time again to bring down the financial cost of the healthcare. This brings down insurance premiums, this brings down emergency room costs. All of this is very important. So now that I've given you a little bit of information on how it's not a personal choice and how it affects everyone, maybe you can make a more informed decision when it comes to you and your own family.